Sensible Sue is a teacher who likes to keep up appearances.
I don't want to look like an idiot. It's not right.
Feisty Fred is a carpenter who sounds more like a sailor.
I am so tired.
They're both used to doing what they want when they want to. But it's all fun and games until someone has a baby.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. See you in a bit. Oh, I hope I don't cry.
Lordy, lordy, Fred and Sue are 40, and both dinks. Double income, no kids. But not for long. 'Cause baby Evan's coming to drop in on the fun. Our panel of birthdays experts will be watching closely over the next 6 weeks. Relationship guru and woman about town, Josie Vogels. Supermom with a watchful eye, Kathy Buckworth. And the man who's always psyched and ready to go, Dr. Irvin Wolkoff. Fred and Sue like to prepare for everything, but they're in for the ride of their lives.
We need the helmets, Fred.
What?
It's the law now.
They keep fit, they have fun, and they work hard.
I design and I build custom furniture.
I'm a teacher.
I mean, she deals with 30 some odd children, you know, daily. At 31, including myself.
I love being organized, but I don't go over the top with it.
Oh no, not in the least.
So I've labeled everything. How cute is that?
I think the notes are like pure insanity.
In 0 to 3 months, with feet are here, without feet are here.
Our baby will be neurotic within 6 months.
Well, can we just take a minute to read the instructions? Like,
No. She knows I don't read.
look at the picture on the side. It's not right. Fred's not really big on instructions. Well, look.
No, you know what? We need some help with this.
You know what? I don't want to look like an idiot.
You know, she's a little fragile because of her age and stuff.
There's,
All right.
there's got to be.
Can we get this doll off me now, please?
It's going to be hard because everything is going to be all about that baby now.
Sounds about right, Fred. And guess what? It starts now, because that baby is coming home.
We're going home.
Bienvenue, Evan.
Smile. This is your new home now.
And just in case Evan has already brought a mess into the house, it's diaper check time.
Okay, Evan, let's check your diaper and see what's going on down there.
I'm scared that I will actually throw up on the baby when I change the diaper.
Together so that.
You take the stinky end.
Whew!
Well, let's remember.
Could do that.
That's nice.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Now, which way do these things go on? Take it easy. That's right, buddy. How come you're all red?
So far, the most annoying thing about this couple has been that she's so skinny after she just had that baby.
But we'll soon find out how they fare after the first big sleep at home.
Are you gonna swaddle him?
Yeah, I better be sleepy tonight. Like a burrito.
Come on. Do you want to put him down on your chest for a little while? Sleepy. Oh, yeah.
Well, I have to put in my earplugs. I need to work. I need to put in these earplugs.
All right. Put him in.
If there's something really urgent, just let me know. I mean, I just need to. I need to sleep.
I know. If it's really bad, I'll wake you up. I mean, I am the one that's off for the year. But,
I am the one paying the mortgage. Oh, that's a piece of heaven. That's good stuff. Sorry.
So I hope we're not getting suckered. We all like this couple. This is too unusual.
The one thing,
a little crack
the
there.
one crack that I did, like when, there was just that moment where he said, I need to put the earplugs in, right? And you could see her just kind of bristle, like, okay, are you gonna leave me alone? But then, you know, she was like, okay, you're right, I'm the one that's off. She backed off, and he's like, I'm the one paying the mortgage, and I thought, ooh, little bit
I agree.
of crack.
And she said if it gets really bad, and I'm thinking, what does she mean by that exactly? Either the baby's not sleeping or the baby's sleeping. So yeah, I'm a little concerned about that too, where she still feels like she needs that lifeline just to get through the night.
Apparently for Evan, the nighttime is the right time for making poopy.
That's better.
And the party in his pants wakes up Sue.
Well, the lack of sleep is pretty new. It's pretty tough.
Yep, and poor Fred looks like he's sharing her pain.
He's a bit precious when it comes to his sleep. So right now he's got earplugs in.
Tell me something, I don't have children, so I'm not sure, but I guess when they're newborn like that, having them in the bed like that is okay? Or?
Well, there's a whole different schools of thought on that. My thought was actually they do wake up. Babies are quite noisy, so if sleep is a concern, seems like the earplugs are working for him, but if they're not, then they might want to consider moving the baby out to another room, or you know, he moves to another room, one or the other.
Yeah, there's a whole school of thought now that says that it's best to have the kid in the bed with you. And it's nuts, because it's tough enough, it's exhausting. I have 3. I lost a good 6 years of sleep out of my life. They thrash around and stuff.
They do. And there's baby monitors and things like that. Although for me, the baby monitors, I want to hear them screaming louder on this.
We've been pretty lucky to be these parents, or this couple that have had no kids, can pick up and go and just do whatever we want. And now it's like, wow, they don't tell you about the up all night problems. And I think it's really kind of getting Fred, because he can't get to work. He doesn't feel comfortable going to work and working all the power tools and things like that.
It's been 1 week since Evan has come home to stay, and Sue's itching to get out of the house.
And,
Just go have fun.
If he's got, you know, where his clothes are.
Yep.
And the diapers.
You've changed them?
He's freshly changed.
Perfect.
So he should be good for a little bit of time.
All right, well, just go and have fun, because time's a waste in being here. He's quiet now, so just go. Have fun.
Make sure you give him a nice big burp.
Yes.
And sing to him.
No. Later.
Hi, baby Evan. Bye-bye. See you in a bit. Oh, I hope I don't cry.
But Sue didn't allocate time for a cry, so off she goes.
Have a couple beers. Enjoy.
And since Sue has her time away, Fred orders his friend in.
It's just real nice having somebody who's going through the same things that you are. And Freddie, I've known him for a while, so it makes things so much easier.
But Dave didn't anticipate Fred's expertise so early in the game.
Yeah. Whoever came up with that rule of waking a baby up every 2 to 3 hours is a complete idiot. A complete idiot. I mean, if the baby's hungry, he's going to wake up on its own.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's fed, he's dry, you know, he's content. If he wants to sleep 4 or 5 hours, I mean, who's going to wake him up? But these tree hugger, granola eating people, you know, just 2 to 3 hours, you have to wake him up. You wake him up, he's annoyed. You know, he's not going to settle again.
Yeah, it's like, do you like being waked up in the middle of the night?
No, of course not.
I wake up when I'm ready to go.
While Dave and Fred ponder paternity, the ladies enjoy their pub fare.
Being a teacher, I would like to think that my child is gifted.
I can't seem to make him burp.
But after Dave takes his leave, Evan takes a fit. So Fred can talk the talk, but can he stop the squawk?
Maybe he just wants to be held. Maybe he wants... I have no idea what he wants.
Perhaps a horrific getup will calm the little guy down.
At the beginning, changing the diapers now, it wasn't that bad, but lately, the stench has been getting to me. So I've had to step it up and use my respirator, because it really does help. Can't smell anything, it's perfect.
It's not the first time this has come up in our discussions. The fathers who get nuts over the smell of their kids' diapers, I don't get it.
But he's dealing with it.
Well,
in
he's
his way.
dealing with
He's
it,
still
and-
changing the diaper is what I mean by dealing with it.
Yeah, okay.
He's still changing the diaper. He's
And
not saying,
little
I
Evan-
gag, I'm not doing it
Little
like some of the
Evan
other
will have
dads.
fond memories of his
Oh,
dad's
Dad.
eyes over the
Yeah,
nest
Really,
brace.
that feels he'll be
Scary.
grow up afraid of
Couldn't
flies.
he just get like a nose plug or something?
Something.
I don't know.
It's funny because usually there's like tons of cracks. Here there are no cracks, and I keep looking for them, and I'm not finding any. And I'm not sure that that's because everything is just absolutely perfect.
It's a little Stepford.
Apparently, Evan did not enjoy Dad's costume. But luckily, Sue's home.
Hello?
Oh, thank God you're home.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Just come in and take your baby.
I came home, I could hear the crying outside of the house, actually, and entered the front door and knew that something was up in the living room. There wasn't a quick hello from Fred when I came in the door, and I could hear Evan crying.
I feel kind of useless as far as the baby. I don't think he really needs me at this point. You know, after a couple months, I'm sure things will change. But at this stage, he doesn't really need me all that much, I don't think.
And I think Fred had about enough with the crying and just being unable to really console Evan in a way that he wanted to.
One of my 3 daughters, and I'll spare her, I won't tell you which one, but one of them just didn't like men. There was no man who could come anywhere near her. She was completely attached to her mommy. And I tried, you know, I took her and gave her mother a chance to go out. And what would happen is the kid would cry from the minute her mother left to the minute her mother came back. And I felt terrible. I understood there are some kids that are just like that. And around a year, we became fast friends, and it's been great ever since. But boy, do you feel useless. Like, my breasts don't make milk, and I can't stop the kid from crying even though I adore her. I think Fred is just kind of tippy-toeing around the edge
Well,
of
I think
that.
he feels useless because he feels like he can't console the baby, but what he probably doesn't realize is she can't console the baby all the time either.
Yeah.
No parent can keep a baby quiet all the time, even jamming that soother in his heart as he was. You can't keep the baby quiet all the time. So I think that for her, you're absolutely right. Sometimes the baby just wants mama because that's the one that's around, but often mom can't get the baby to quiet down either.
And so I made mention of maybe heading out again tomorrow, and Fred's not really thrilled about that.
But maybe Fred will change his mind after a good night's sleep.
I am so tired. I mean, I had no idea that it would be this much work. And I try to help as much as I can, but I really have a business to run as well, right? So I haven't been able to go to work.
That he couldn't believe how tired he was, because he's getting a chance to be a little bit of mommy. So
Because you are that effing tired at the beginning, there's no doubt about it.
It's Fred's turn to head out. So off to his sanctuary, AKA his workshop.
Right now, at home, Sue is with the baby. I'm sure either feeding it or changing it or doing something with, I shouldn't say it, with him. Yeah, she thinks I work hard, but really I don't. The rest of the time, you're not allowed to tell Sue this, but I just do a lot of bike riding and volleyball and sitting at the pub.
Your secret's safe with us, Fred. It's been 4 weeks since Evan has come home. And to the human eye, the house appears spotless. But not to Sue. Because holy cow, that garbage is filthy.
Why I go to this much trouble with recycling. But I like to have clean recycling.
After she takes care of that disaster, Sue tackles the mail.
And this is what I do when baby's down having a nap or is with Fred. I'll take care of the administrivia that runs this household. So that's what I do.
And let's not forget the joys of pre-sorted laundry.
But I enjoy doing this sort of thing. This is kind of therapy for me. I can't function with clutter or chaos. You know what? You never know who's going to walk in your house. You never know who's going to walk into your classroom. And this is just a reflection of how I am. I have an organized home, I have an organized car, an organized classroom.
So clearly, Sue is concerned with how she reflects on other people. But Fred is a different story.
I took Evan for a walk, and a lady comes up to me on the street, and she says, "How old's your baby?" And I said, "Well, he's 3 weeks old." And she gets all snotty, and she says, "Well, I don't think he should be allowed out now." So then I looked at her and I said, "Well, I don't think you should be allowed out either. So, off.
But Fred needs to contain himself because Mrs. Susie Appletree wants family craft time.
Press the baby's hands into the plaster.
How the hell are we gonna get his hand in there? It's impossible. Because babies are known to actually space their fingers perfectly and allow you to put them in something.
Well, won't this be fun then? Oh, it's too hard. It's hardened.
But have no fear because Sue has a backup emergency plaster kit that was probably in the backup emergency plaster kit drawer.
His hand is not going to open up.
No. That's why we should maybe just do his feet.
But Sue ignores Fred's suggestion because all she hears is, must get perfect handprint.
Do you want to roll up his sleeves? No,
He needs to, Fred, I need to have his hand come down. He's going to get his whole... What, do you want me to do his face?
Oh my God, he's a raccoon. Here, try.
We have to... Just a second, Evan.
Evan's waking up from his peaceful slumber to some harsh reality.
This is not working. Not working. Not working. Let's just take off his shoes and do a foot.
Oh, there's a good idea. Okay, we're gonna stand them. That's what I wanted to do originally. Who cares how far apart they are?
You
Ready?
just hang on 1 second here. Look at his whole outfit is covered. I gotta get his big toe. Okay. Oh, that's the imprint. Damn. Oh, I'm sad. I wanted a handprint and a footprint. Can we try it again? I'm gonna do it again.
I don't think that these things are meant to work perfectly,
Okay.
but whatever. Okay, go ahead.
I'd like a perfect little footprint like it shows on the box.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Would you like to go somewhere and have it professionally done?
What are they gonna do, drug them?
But what will calm Sue's frazzled nerves after that plaster catastrophe? The dulcet tones of the vacuum cleaner.
I just love the fact that Sue's trying to recreate something that she read in a baby book somewhere. Like, this is her first child. You have to have the plaster foot. You have to, and it's just
she
gone
is a school
all
teacher,
wrong.
right?
It's just,
So it's you know it's a project and
That's
you know
right.
and the sentiment is lovely, of course. You know, it's a very sweet kind of thing. But I think at a certain point, if it's not working,
you got to give
you gotta
up.
let
You
it
got to
go.
give.
I mean, and it's funny. I mean, that's hysterical.
and
but
it's too bad. Again, there's no joy there. Poor old Fred is just along for the ride. You know.
I mean, no joy there is the key. I mean, it's sad because they are like people who go on holiday and spend so much time adjusting their video camera to
Yes.
take pictures that they weren't really there for the holiday.
Or
Yeah.
the one when I go to my kids' concerts, you know, and you've got to find that moment where you go, okay, this is just so stupid, it's funny. Because it happens all the time with kids. Things that you think are really serious, oh my God, I can't believe this is going wrong. You give your head a shake and you say, well, this is just actually a ridiculous scenario. And that's why they don't seem to have that sense of ridiculous.
So is his hat's in there and his mitts for later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all in here.
Alrighty.
It's been 5 weeks since Evan's birth, and it's time for a road trip. But not for Fred.
All right,
All right, well,
Willis.
drive safely. I'll miss you.
Bye-bye. See you in a couple days.
She's going away to Lindsay to stay with her parents for 3 or 4 days, and yes, good times.
Get some work done.
I will. Bye. Drive
Okay.
safely. Call me when you get there. Bye, Evan.
Bye-bye.
The next couple days alone will be a nice little holiday. I will miss them, but I just need some time away. I mean, this is definitely Club Med.
So with beer in one hand and TV remote in the other, the first day of Fred's vacation begins. But the next day, feeling a little guilty, Fred gets back to work.
I've gone down for an hour here, an hour there, but I just need to sort of get things going.
And all that screwing around has made Fred a dull boy, so it's time to play. Then it's a tasty pint to wash out the gritty taste of sand and testosterone.
He only has two modes with his baby. He can either be the baby's slave and have to attend to little Evan minute to minute and have no life for himself, or he has to pack
Completely
Evan and the
remove.
mom into the van, send them off to Lindsay so that they're not going to be nearby, and then he's happy. And that kind of all or nothing orientation to a baby, or a spouse for that matter, is very dangerous, because life is not all about you being a happy slave to your intimate partners or you abandoning them completely. It's about being in the middle and moving with whoever you're with.
It seems to me that, you know, their duties and their child care is very divvied all the time.
But after his mini break, Fred is eager to welcome Evan and Sue home.
So did you miss your little boy while we were gone?
I did miss him a lot, and you as well, but I really enjoyed my time alone. It was good times, I have to tell you.
Don't be a smartass.
I have nothing to say, but smart aleck comments.
I know, you're really pissing me off.
Underneath all the smoke and mirrors and whatever they say is a really nice guy. And at times it drives me crazy that he can be so flip and sarcastic, and I think, oh my God, people must wonder what the heck did she do marrying him?
I'd like to see them kind of just, you know, let things get a little messier, both figuratively and literally. I mean, who cares if the house isn't completely impeccable, but also with their relationship, I'm not seeing a lot of connection there. And granted, yes, they've just had a baby, so, you know, the focus is on the child. But, you know, not seeing a lot of love and a lot of connection between them, and I'd like to see a little more focus on that.
I think, you know, on the cleanliness thing, I think if that makes them happy, they could carry on with that. I certainly can't relate, but I think they should carry on with that. But I agree, I'd like to see them get a little bit, and I don't want to say dirty with each other, but that sort of thing where they actually admit sometimes, this isn't, you know, sometimes this isn't what I thought it was going to be, and this kind of sucks sometimes. And sometimes I would like to have a little bit of time, or maybe we need to go out together. They don't seem to be willing to admit that because that's not the image they want to present.
Yeah, just be a little more playful, too.
Yeah.
I'll give you some honest dirty. If I were the emperor and I could prescribe anything, I would prescribe 2 hours locked in the bedroom, sex, has to be real sex, and they are both forbidden to shower or wash for 12 hours after. I think that would do them a world of good.
It's now been 6 weeks of baby bliss for Fred and Sue. They've had a chance to adjust and a chance to hear what our experts have been saying about them.
What's wrong with people being happy? You know, we've all got quirks as human beings. I mean, it's just things that we can't get away from. You know, Sue and I both love to clean. We both love a nice, clean house. And I've got a real dry sense of humor, and Sue loves that about me, but that's just who I am.
But there is evidence that Sue has loosened up a little. Just look at the state of that sign.
Have you got this sock somewhere? Have you got the matching one to this someplace? It's gotten lost in the laundry, hasn't it? This little green sock, lost. We'll keep our eye open for it. Maybe it's in one of Daddy's shirts or something.
I don't think Sue's neurotic at all. I mean, we just like to clean things. We like to make sure things are right.
I think somebody who can't maintain a household and establish routines and organization in their own home, they're the ones that are neurotic.
Good boy.
Okay, maybe she hasn't changed all that much. What about Fred?
But I didn't think it would be possible for me to actually feel this way about another living human being. And my wife's okay, too.
I am a little bit surprised that Fred has changed this way, and he's mellowed out quite a bit.
In life, again, you have to try to have fun. You know, and people take things too seriously these days. And I say, but who gives a what
Psychologist
people think?
gets a hold of that.
Who cares? Who gives a what they think anyways? We're good.
Exactly.
Josie Vogels, yes. She's hot.
That was funny.
Shira is a woman on the edge.
How was I supposed to know it was 40 kilometers?
But in her house, she's the boss.
I'm the captain.
And it's making her husband Shahar very nervous.
That's about it. That's all I'm allowed to do.
They have 2 adopted kids, and then, surprise, they found out that another one is on the way. But will this new baby have them screaming, oy vey?
Why don't you quiet her down and make yourself useful.
Shira and Shahar are two chosen people who chose to have a family. They have two adopted daughters, Noemi and Sarah. But will a new baby have them looking for a quick exodus? Our panel of birthdays experts will be watching closely over the next 6 weeks. Relationship guru and woman about town, Josie Vogels. Supermom with a watchful eye, Kathy Buckworth. And the man who's always psyched and ready to go, Dr. Irvin Wolkoff.
Put the melon in there, and then you can wash as many dishes as you like.
When Shira met Shahar, they saw eye to eye.
We were both born into Jewish families, but became Orthodox later in life. And don't use too much soap there.
But it wasn't exactly love at first sight.
He had these glasses that came down, and I am not exaggerating at all. They came down like this.
Not that far. To here, yes, but not to here. Thank you for showing me when they
But holy Moses, it wasn't long before Shahar proposed.
It was 9 days later.
Complete strangers. Only 9 days?
It was a little fast.
There are some Jewish people that only have 1 hour meetings, so I think we did pretty good.
No, even in the Orthodox Jewish world, it was like pretty fast. Like people were surprised, but I knew that this was the person that I was meant to spend the rest of my life with, even with those glasses. You're just washing them all with soap and leaving them there, and then the
Shahar didn't know what he was getting into.
I am controlling and obsessive.
That's good.
Right, it's like, we're a good match like that.
And she should know.
I work as an autism consultant, but my background is in behavior analysis, doing behavior modification.
And because she's obsessive, that's not all.
I'm doing my master's in education.
While Shira studies, Shahar juggles his 2 jobs.
In the mornings, I check to make sure chickens are kosher according to the rituals of Judaism.
While in the afternoon,
I get the joy of teaching high school boys math and science.
But when these 2 intellects first got hitched, their baby-making business came up bupkis.
We'd been married like a year and a half, and nothing had really happened.
Eager to start their family, they decided to adopt.
It was something that I thought I would always want to do, and we had actually discussed it when we were engaged. So it wasn't like, I guess for us, it wasn't such a huge leap.
And after months of waiting, they got not 1, but 2 additions to their family. 3-year-old Noemi and her sister, 6-year-old Sarah.
I don't know, you play with Legos now, so I'm happy.
But maybe they were a little too eager.
The day before we brought the girls home, I just kept telling him, I'm really not feeling well. And he said, it's nerves. Of course you're not feeling well. Like, tomorrow, our whole life is gonna change.
Oh, it was about to change, all right.
Finally, I convinced him, against his will, to go get a pregnancy test. So then the pregnancy test was positive.
Hey, wait a minute.
It was sort of like, oh my goodness, we're gonna become parents to 3 kids overnight. And then the next day, we had already 2 of the 3. So there was no time to sort of process any of that.
Since their 2 girls were only adopted this year, Shira and Shahar were feeling unprepared for the new baby.
So far, having 2 kids has seemed pretty easy. We never really went through the baby stage. Never had any sleepless nights, no diapers. We never had any of those kinds of things. So that's gonna be a whole new challenge for us.
People often say this whole opposites attract thing. I'm not always so sure that's the case. I think opposites can sort of complement each other if you're not too opposite.
We'll see. There is a sense of warmth to these 2.
I wonder, how they're going to be with this control, laid-back issue when the baby comes along, because that can really exacerbate things. What's interesting is when you have opposites like that is your parenting styles can be quite opposite, and particularly when there's a newborn and one of you is very stressed about how things have to go and one of you is more laid back. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out with them.
Today's the day that their baby girl comes home.
This is pretty fancy.
And they're already in a bit of a pickle. They haven't picked her name.
Hopefully we'll get a name for this baby soon.
Our main goal is to get a name that a person can use in the Jewish community that's normal, and a name that's also normal in the non-Jewish community. And we want a name that was also common and it's also popular in the contemporary society.
People keep calling. All those people call and they go, do you have a name yet? And then I go, no, not yet. And they're like, you don't have a name? It's kind of, kind of embarrassing, actually. Oh, another person now, probably calling for the name.
Yep.
And can I sit here?
But they put that crisis on hold and spend some quality time with baby No Name.
She just
like
called
to
to
hold her
check
now?
up on me. Sure. Thanks. She just called
But not so
to
fast.
see how we're doing.
Daddy, you have work to do.
I'm being entrusted with the laundry.
Everything that's inside is my domain. Like, that's what I'm in charge of, and that's what I'm responsible for. So, like, I'm the captain, and he's, like, my first officer.
Aye, aye, Captain.
All right, she said, put it on there 20 minutes. Press the button. That's all I'm allowed to do, nothing more. I hope I did that right.
Of course you did.
Did you put it on 20 minutes, but going backwards?
I put it on 20? 20.
The right 20 minutes in the right section?
I don't know if I put it on the right 20.
Are you serious?
I'm gonna go check. I really don't know.
Okay, come back and tell me how it looked so I get a good idea if you've done it right. Okay?
So this is where I had it.
Okay, so let's say this is on the laundry machine like
Right,
this.
like this.
Okay, left is bad. So right is right. It can't be easier than this.
I feel confident.
This is as much as I can trust you. So if over the next year you can prove yourself that you can put this in the right thing, I might actually let you take the laundry out of the dryer.
Wow.
Okay. The first thing that leapt to my mind when I saw him with the diagram was, is this how they conceived baby? No, she's going, look.
Over here.
Over here. This is
over
bad,
there.
this is good.
He is like a small child, and she is his domineering mother.
I think he's playing this really well. One day he's going to be allowed to take the laundry out. One
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
I mean, honestly.
And she seems to have a pretty good sense of humor about it.
It's not conflictual. She likes to be controlling, he likes to be controlled, and they're each good at what they do.
It's baby No Name's first night home. It's 8:30 at night, and believe it or not, it's bedtime for these early risers.
So we need to set the alarm every 3 hours so that she for sure gets to eat every 3 hours.
No.
The alarm, or are you setting the clock?
Now I'm doing the clock, because I already did the alarm.
So starts Operation Sleepy Time, Reveille at 21:30.
Oh my gosh! Shahar, I forgot to see what time I started nursing her.
Oops.
I think it was around 9, roughly.
Before 9 or after 9?
It could have been a little bit before. I don't think it was much after.
We've never done this before. Seriously, this is not even funny.
Yes, it is.
Did the backup work?
Yeah, the back of this.
Now how are we gonna know when to feed her for the next time?
Operation Sleepy Time goes into phase 2.
We had been off more because of sleeping in.
9 o'clock. So then we need to feed her again at 11:30.
9, 10, 11, 30. Yeah.
This is gonna be one long night then.
It's 12 midnight, and guess who's up?
I'm actually getting a bit frustrated because I can't just keep nursing forever. Can I? I can't nurse you to college.
Oh, it's just starting. It's 2 a.m., and they are still up.
This is like, whew. I don't think I'm ever gonna get any sleep.
That's how you put the boots on her, right?
And they don't. It's 4 a.m., and the mission was unsuccessful. Despite the sleepless night, Shahar is headed off to work. Meanwhile, at home, Shira is on laundry detail.
My idea is if I do a load a day, it's like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So a load a day keeps Shahar away.
But her morning's work is just beginning.
All right.
It's get the girls up,
And then there's craisins already in her
give
lunch.
Shahar his orders as soon as he returns from work, check the lunch Shahar made for Sarah, give Sarah her instructions,
And listen to your teachers.
and tell No Name she's lazy.
Still in your pajamas at 9 o'clock?
Later in the morning, it's nap time for Noemi. And sure, go ahead, Shahar. Why not? You deserve it.
Shahar?
But not so fast, soldier. Shira needs you for some basic training.
Just to make sure, what do you need to put down on my beautiful change pad cover?
Fortunately, Captain Shira doesn't waste any time.
Need to put like some kind of thing to cover it,
Right.
whatever they're called.
Change pad cover, which is not located in the second drawer or the third drawer. Or the first year. It's behind there, where it always is.
Shahar manages the next few steps on his own, and then...
Diaper cream. Oh my goodness, what if I wasn't here? Whoa, whoa! That's like way too much.
This is too much.
Do you think that diaper's tight enough and nothing's gonna leak out?
No, because I think there's this thing that just came off.
Nice try, soldier, but Mama thinks you need more drill time.
Not bad, Shahar, not bad, but you need a little practice. Maybe you can use one of the kids' dolls.
I'm watching Shira and Shahar. I'm thinking, where's your God now, Moses?
I'm not sure. Maybe they have a medical reason for waking up the baby. I didn't hear that.
Yes, they do. It's called obsessive compulsive neurosis.
We're starting to see the cracks of the over protective in the guy who's like, I can't do anything. I guess I can't change another diaper.
The thing that kills me is the extent to which the two of them accept. They're happy. They're happy to be in this master-slave thing.
It's been 1 week since the birth, and today, Shira's friend is over to take her and baby No Name for a stroll.
She's in the nursery.
Thanks. Shahar, can you come and swaddle up the baby for me?
Yes, I could do such a thing.
You can? Make that try.
When he swaddles her, he doesn't swaddle her tightly enough, or he swaddles her in some kind of strange way, and her hands always seem to creep out the top. He could use a swaddling lesson. I was even thinking maybe I'd get him one of those books like Baby Origami or something like that to help him out.
But it looks like practice is paying off for Shahar.
You actually have improved.
Shahar has found his niche.
I think my diaper changing days are fired. I will have to stick to swaddling.
It's time for the wives to go out and compare hubbies.
How's he with the swaddling?
He doesn't swallow, but he's changed a couple diapers.
Oh, that's good.
Hopefully he'll be more helpful after his last exam.
Sometimes when I talk to my friends, I discover, like, their husbands don't really do half the stuff he does. So I know he's a great husband.
Really? A compliment?
See, I wish Shahar was more nervous. It's just like, I get nervous that he's not, like, supporting her neck or, like...
It looks like praise isn't one of Shira's strong suits.
Throwing her.
2 weeks since the birth, and Shahar is going back to work at his day job.
Hey, goodbye.
Bye.
He's a school teacher, and he won't be back until after 7 p.m., leaving Shira to look after the 2 girls and baby No Name on her own.
Bye, have fun. I would be much happier if Shahar had like a 9-to-5 job, because I feel like other husbands come home right at the beginning of the witching hour, as they call it, and so then it's 2 parents dealing with all the craziness. But with him, he seems to be leaving basically right at the beginning of the witching hour.
Could there be animosity brewing?
It's like homework, dinner, brushing teeth, toddler tantrums.
Wait, there's more.
It's a little strange that people say sleeping like a baby because I have a baby now. She doesn't sleep all that much. And when she is sleeping, she can wake up like that. See, did you see that? Look, she's laughing. Look at that. I thought my baby was gonna be like the good baby. And I still think she is, but I think I might be in denial.
Without Private Shahar around, this captain's house is headed for a wee bit of trouble.
Oh no, she's peeing everywhere.
I'm really hungry.
Oh, it's Auntie Rita.
Maybe she can help with dinner.
Who comes to visit someone with children at 5 o'clock? When you have another person in your kitchen, it kind of like, and plus she's like a nutritionist.
And it's hot dog night. Won't she be impressed?
Turkey balls. I bought turkey balls.
Yeah, healthier but not tastier.
Lots tastier.
These are spicy hot dogs, you know?
I know, but if you prepare your meal a little bit in advance, then you have more time.
Let me tell you something. When you have 3 kids, call me up and then tell me about preparing in advance.
Fine.
Exactly.
For some reason, Auntie Rita doesn't stay for dinner.
Oh, boy.
So once again, Shira is on her own.
You've got a good... I could just pass out right now.
But Private Shahar shows up in the nick of time.
Hey, you're home early.
But even though he's early, Shira makes an example out of him.
I know it looks like, you walk in and here she is and she's just happy, but it wasn't like that. It was really difficult without you. You see, it's a never-ending cycle.
Well, I guess she won't like what he has to say. He has to go back to work.
I'm very sorry, but I thought they wouldn't have classes today.
Yeah, but
I went by this afternoon.
Why would you go by? Who randomly goes to work on a day they think they have off and goes, oh, should I come to work today? Most people would run. I just think it's very inconsiderate that you didn't tell me. I think that's very inconsiderate.
I was so excited about the good
please?
Yes. I was so excited about the good news that I came home a little bit earlier from the first job, not to mention the bad news about having to go to the second job.
Well, in the meantime, why don't you quiet her down and make yourself useful? Sheesh.
Their opposition is so strong. I see no ties there. I see no kind of reaching out to each other. She's just freaking out because she's been stuck with the kids and she just wants help and she doesn't know how to ask for help, so she just starts bossing him around and yelling at him about everything he's doing wrong.
She kind of she would revel sort of in his uselessness, you know what I mean? Because then she could be the boss, she had a role to play, it was kind of funny, and all of a sudden she's like, get out of the way. Like, you know, you're biting me, right? So it's not a good sign.
4 weeks since the birth, and Shira is at her wit's end.
I have a feeling I should have taken my $200 and invested in a lot of earplugs. Because this is not working. I can't believe you don't like this swing. It's supposed to be its own planet.
And who's to blame for this little fiasco, Shira?
Today, I did a very stupid thing. She looks so cute in her bassinet. So I picked her up, and I thought she would enjoy having a time in the swing. I mean, it is the Fisher-Price Starlight Papasan Cradle Swing. I hate crying. I can't stand crying. Babies crying is not as bad as children crying, but overall, I don't like to hear crying. Like, I always feel like it's like a spoiled brat. Your father should really hold you because he's so good at this. Nobody calms you down like he does.
Oh, really? What a surprise. Meanwhile, Shahar is working downstairs, unaware of his wife's ordeal until...
Are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Good, I know you came down here for me to do something.
I didn't come down here for you to do something.
Really?
No, I just wanted you to spend quality time with your daughter. I know you love her so much. That's not doing anything. You want to hold her while you're working?
In old softy Shahar's arms, baby no-name is a breeze. Maybe Daddy is good for something after all.
I think I can calm the baby a little bit better than her as far as like getting her to stop crying. I think I can do that a little bit better.
See, look how good she is for you. Oh my gosh, I just came up with a brilliant idea.
Maybe I should take her to school with me?
Yes. I'll pack you some bottles, and then you just take her with you. And you will get the Father of the Year award rather than the official Abandoner of the Year award.
What a thing to say to a sweet little guy, that he could be Father of the Year, but right now he is Abandoner of the Year.
At the same time, I mean, sweet little guy, but come on, get a backbone, guy. I'd be like, honey, I got a quiz to do, I've got work to do, let me get this done, then I can focus on you. Get the hell out of my office.
5 weeks since the birth, Captain Shira has decided she needs a little R&R at a spa. But first, she gives her second-in-command his orders.
So for sure, don't give her the bottle before 11 o'clock, because that will be like...
That's one.
But try to give it only at 12, and then if you get desperate, you can give her a bottle of water.
2.
Nothing's gonna go wrong. You'll be totally fine. Just do not give her the bottle before 11 o'clock.
And 1 again.
You'll be fine. Should I write this down? Yeah. All right. Don't forget to comment when I get back on how beautiful my nails look and all of that. I'm giving you the heads up now.
Yes, Captain.
Bye.
Lock the door. Shira's in a real hurry to get pampered.
So I'm having a manicure done, a pedicure, a Dead Sea facial or something like that, and a de-stressing eye treatment. Although I have no idea what that means, but hopefully it will de-stress me a bit because I'm sure I can use it.
She sure can. But not so fast.
Officer, I do not have my insurance. The ownership I definitely don't have.
While Shira's road to bliss hits a snag, at home, Shahar's time goes off without a hitch.
Okay, $62.50. There's like tax on it. $110, $65, and $110. Thank God I can't do math. This is really not a good start to a stress-free, relaxing day.
Everything is just so heightened all the time and so problematic and everything's a big deal, and of course this would happen.
I can guarantee one way or the other, all those citations are Shahar's fault.
Absolutely.
Fresh from her relaxing day at the spa, Shira is back. But of course, she's anything but relaxed.
So, I have a little something to tell you.
What's that?
Maybe you want to sit down. I got his ticket.
Of course, the tickets weren't her fault.
How was I supposed to know it was 40 kilometers? I couldn't find the insurance. I don't know if you know where that is.
Oh,
Remember my registration that you used and then you lost it? So I got a ticket. Remember that sticker that you were supposed to renew?
You got 4 tickets in one day?
All of it except for this meeting is your fault.
So, not a big surprise. Shahar wasn't too over the moon upset about the tickets. I mean, he doesn't seem to get upset about anything, and she's lucky for that. So maybe she can appreciate that a little bit about him.
Yeah, maybe she can appreciate the fact that he doesn't get stressed out about things. I think that was a really good situation where she actually had to come home with a bit of a situation on her hands she didn't do well at, and he had done very well.
It's 6 weeks since the birth, and the family is spending more time together. But with this couple, old habits die hard.
My wife, she really likes to give suggestions on what kind of activities are the most important at any given time.
But don't call it nagging.
I don't nag at all. I just nudge him in the right direction, and he needs that.
Really?
I don't really like to spend 20 minutes talking about why and prioritizing who has the most important activities. Yeah, I should do it a little bit more, but I really don't like doing that. So a lot of times I just give in.
She's trying.
For sure, I'm not him, and I don't think I ever will be, but I think I definitely am more laid back than I was. I think I'm learning a little more to just take things in stride, and like, if the kids don't get dinner right at 5 o'clock, it's really not the end of the world. And if she cries for 2 or 3 minutes, like, she won't grow up to be a mass murderer.
Captain Shira has helped Shahar complete his basic training.
Well, I was not good at diaper changing. I thought I was, but I found out I wasn't. Now I can do it just as well as she can.
He's gonna need to continue to develop his self-esteem and practice asserting himself. And she's gonna need a lot of experience stepping back and learning that it doesn't mean that you've caved in and lost your value. It's okay.
Well, here's what I think happened, is I think they kind of had that before. When we first saw them, it was working for them. And then the baby came in, and it was like she ramped up her control, and he gave up more control. So now they seem to be finding that balance a little bit more.
After all the challenges they've encountered, the couple has solved one important issue. They have a name for their baby girl, Leia.
Kids start looking at the candies in the grocery store while you're waiting to check out, and they go, oh, their eyes get all big and wonderful, they want to eat that. And so what you say to them is not kosher. And it's amazing, it stops immediately. So I've even seen non-Jewish people start to say to their kids, it's not kosher.